Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol niyeh. I repeat it and I will repeat it again. The source of my inspiration is usually the Bible, the Torah, specifically, because I find every time that I read it again, new source of inspiration. You know, our rabbis say the following. The Torah begins with the following. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And then it gives you a detailed description of what God did every day. If in the beginning He created heaven and earth, what is this heaven that appears on the second day of creation? So they say, you know what? Actually, God created other universes before He created this one. Except that when after finishing the creation of each of them, and according to them, I think there were 3 that He created before, God looked at what He had done and He didn't like it. Because when He created our universe, it says, and God saw that it was good. But in those cases, and God saw that it was not good. So God destroyed it. You know, very difficult to understand. What do you mean by that? Not only that, they say the following, that in the beginning there was chaos. There was disorder. This chaos and disorder is actually the ashes, what remained from the universes that God created before. Out of these ashes, God created our universe. It is very difficult to assimilate because it doesn't fall into the right path of our understanding of what God is. God is all-powerful, all-knowing. God knows what will happen tomorrow. Didn't God know when He was building a universe, when He was creating a universe, that it wasn't going to be good? God knew it. So what do you mean He created, destroyed, till finally He created something that He liked? Maybe God is trying to teach us something. Teach you, human being. If you don't succeed, try again. If what you did is not what you expected, look at it from a different perspective. Try a different combination. Maybe this time it will come out the way it is. You know, if there's any people in the world that has done it again, I think it's the Jewish people. Can you imagine what happened to our ancestors when the Beit HaMikdash, the Temple of Jerusalem, was destroyed? That was the center of the service of God. There were sacrifices there. Suddenly you can't do that anymore. Well, we created a synagogue. We somehow developed the idea that you can pray to God, that you can communicate with God without an animal sacrifice. We did not give up. We did it again. You know, the Crusaders were tremendous heroes. They went to rescue the holy city, the holy sites from the hands of infidels. But you know what they were for the Jewish people? They were marauders, assassins, went through different cities in Europe, burned synagogues, violated women, stole, murdered, did everything that is wrong, all in the name of God somehow. You know what the Inquisition was for the Jewish people? People burned at a stake, alive, because what? They had violated an oath that they had taken under duress that they never wanted to do before. You know, only a few days ago, there was some kind of historical justice, I feel, when the president of the State of Israel, Reuven Rivlin, visited Madrid, visited Spain, and he was received with all the honors after centuries of persecution that took place with the Inquisition. Nowadays, there is a new relationship between Israel and Spain. You know, if you fail, try it again. Of course, the greatest tragedy for the Jewish people happened in our own days with the Holocaust in Europe. You would have thought that that was the end of the Jewish people. A third of the Jewish people was exterminated. There is no God. God didn't intervene. Why didn't He save us? You would think that from that moment on, the Jewish people would lose entirely their faith in God. But it isn't so. You see now a new vibrant state of Israel. There's more learning, more study of Torah, of Jewish sources than ever in our history. So if there's anybody that can teach the world that if you fail, try again. I think it's the Jewish people. You know, if you trip, you have to learn to stand up again. If you fall, rise. And this is what the Jewish people taught us. So don't think that when you have difficulties in your life, when you see everything is dark, when you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, that everything is finished. No, get up and try again. The Jewish people have demonstrated for centuries in history, and thank God we are alive and well, and our future is certainly a promissory one in this world.